Let's go around the 22nd chapter. '21st chapter of Exodus. Let's go there. Now let me ask this. The sister that called me today, is she here in the class that called me up? Says she's coming in today. Is she here? She's not, huh? Okay. All right. The sister said she's coming here. She hadn't been here in a while. Says we got some questions. She wanted me to answer them, and I was looking forward to that. But according to Exodus, the 21st chapter, let's start reading at the 7th verse.
And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do, if she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself. Then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation, he shall have no power.
If she please not her master, who has betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her unto a strange nation or another nation, another people, he shall have no power, seeing he has dealt deceitfully with her. He just got her to marry just so he can have sex. That's all. And then when she didn't please him, he wanted to get rid of her. And that's considered deceit. Because if she pleased him, he would be ready to get rid of her. But it said if she pleased not his master, then he's ready to sell her. Here, let you know how a lot of men are. They can't live with him, can't live without him. Can't stand to live with him, can't stand to see somebody else live with him either. But they can sell her away where they don't have to slave no more. He can do that. But they don't want her to go free where another man can marry. And we know we see that situations in our society every day. And then it says,
verse 9, and if he hath betrothed her unto his son,
if he gave it to his son to marry,
he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters.
Even though it was his bondswoman, if he gave her into his son, he still have to deal with her as if she's another daughter of Zion. He can deal no differently. So therefore, all the laws that are applicable to her are also applicable to all the daughters of Zion.
If he take him another wife.
If he go and take him another wife,
her food.
His first wife food.
Her raiment.
Her clothing.
And her duty of marriage.
Somebody said, what's the duty of marriage? The duty of marriage is for him to keep and make her happy. Keep her grinning like a chess cat all night long. That's his duty.
Yes, sir.
That's his duty. Man's duty is not to marry a woman and fuss with her all day, raise hell with her all night, they rolling eyes all night. That is not his duty. That's not the duty that the Creator bestowed upon a man. When he took a woman to be his wife, he has a duty to seek peace and pursue it, as Yah told us to do. And part of that peace is always attempt to satisfy his wife at all times. That's the duty of marriage. And look how the Creator went to a greater extent with it. It says, if he take him another wife, his former wife, her food, that means some jelly rolls and popcorn she like to eat. You can't just start feeding the vegetables now. You got to, you raise up on turkey and roast beef. You can't just tell her, here's some apples now. Get in good shape, you know. And you're too heavy anyway. No. The food cannot diminish. Her clothes cannot diminish. You've been buying a little dress every couple of months, you got to keep that up. And the duty of marriage shall not diminish. The word diminish means lessen. You can't be rocking and rolling every night, then all of a sudden you got a new wife. Now you come by every 2 weeks thinking you doing the duty of marriage. That's not the duty of marriage. If you raise up on every night, then it got to continue. Too late talking about you tired and you got another wife. Well, I'm sorry about that, baby. You shouldn't have got nobody else if you couldn't take care of me. I've been lighting up on you anyway. You're really not enough man for me, but I've been trying to show you some mercy. But now that you got somebody else, you got to keep this going all the time. And he got to do it. I'm tired, man. I'm sorry. You got another wife. Let her go. You shouldn't have married me if you thought you couldn't handle it. So that's exactly and precisely what this is saying. It should not diminish. Do you hear that back there, brother? You know who I'm talking to. I ain't gonna look at you, but you know who I'm talking to. And it said, if he do not these three unto her, then she should go out free without money. In other words, she can't cut him loose because he ceased in doing one of them. He's taking care of all the other business, but he's not giving as much food. It said if he ceased doing these three, in other words, his obligation to marriage is to do these three. He's not doing all three of them. She can go free, just like any other daughter of Israel. And if he do not these three, then she should go out free without money. Now, everybody understand me? Thanks for not raising your hand, because I know everybody don't agree. But we can't prolong this conversation all night. I know I'm telling you the truth, so therefore, I'm not going to try to embarrass you up at the mic. No more of having you up there act a fool. Because every time y'all get that, y'all get mad at me. Every time you don't have your way, then it's get me the next time. Now you can't get me because I'm not going to have you up there cutting up. And that's nice, isn't it? Yes, it's beautiful. Everybody understood that, right? Whether you agree with it or not. Everybody understood me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good. Now, did we answer all these questions? It looks like what? These still sound like it? Okay. Never had so many questions in a while. Let's go to 2 Samuel 12 and 14. Second Samuel 12 and 14. A question was asked, 2 Samuel 12 and 14. The question is this an example of someone dying for another man's sin? Let's see if in fact this is an example of someone else dying for another man's sin. Let's start reading at verse 14. Verse 14 is where they ask,
Howbeit, because by this deed that thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of Yahweh to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
Okay, now this situation, if you all haven't read the whole chapter, is about King David. And King David allowed Uriah the Hittite to go into the heat of battle, where he knew it was probably inevitable that he would die. And he did perish on the front line of battle. After that, he figured, well, he's dead, so he's not breaking the law. Now he can go in and marry her. But before he married her, he had already committed adultery with her. And even though he was hiding from men, you couldn't